Adventures in Living, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we have here. Adventures in Living. Sorry, I'm 2 minutes late because I thought I had done everything right. This is the first time I'm using this program. I've been doing Zoom up until now. Now I'm using a different program. Welcome to Tuesday, 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 the day that time forgot. In the treehouse. Tuesdays in the treehouse. Live and direct. Oh my goodness. This is a different kind of an animal. Different kind of an animal when you don't have an audience. I mean, you do, but you don't. But you kind of, but you want to, but you kind of, you know? I'm going to start tonight with a song called Stump Town. That's off my most recent album. And that song is based on a tree that used to stand right outside that window right there. That window right there. A tree used to stand outside that window. And it was this beautiful maple tree. And they came and cut it down. Okay, so I had a reaction, an emotional reaction, because I've had a lot of relationships with trees during my life. Then about a month after that, one of my favorite poets, Jim Harrison, died. Jim Harrison is somebody that I came upon later in life. And he's probably the most visceral writer I've ever read in terms of the way he affects me. You know, Gary Snyder came before that, Richard Hugo, two other poets that affected me viscerally, but Jim Harrison trumped them all. And he's in this song too. So I thought I'd start tonight with a Jim Harrison poem. What do you think? Yeah. I'll see all this back here. That's all poetry there. All of it. I've read most of it. Well, yeah, I've read most of it. Jim Harrison poem called Calendars. Back in the blue chair in front of the green studio, another year has passed. Or so they say, but calendars lie. They're a kind of cosmic business machine like their cousin clocks, but break down at inopportune times. 50 years ago, I learned to jump off the calendar, but I kept getting drawn back on for reasons of greed and my imperishable stupidity. Of late, I've escaped those fatal squares with their razor-sharp numbers for longer and longer. I had to become the moving water I already am, falling back into the human shape in order not to frighten my children, grandchildren, dogs, and friends. Our old cat doesn't care. She laps the water where my face used to be. Jim Harrison, an amazing writer. So, I got 10 songs in mind, but I've already had a request from my old buddy Lee. Luckily, Lee, I've been playing that song quite a bit lately. I've learned that as an old man, I now have to practice my own songs in order to get them into performance condition. Yes, something you young people will find out later on. Wait, are there any young people? Oh, goodness. Sorry. I've been preparing for this for more than a week, and now that it's happening, I find that I'm not prepared. As usual, though, the sensible one, the one with the real brain, the active brain, Diane Schulstad, is downstairs monitoring the Facebook feed. So be sure to interact with Diane because she might be more interesting, ultimately. Stump Town. The day they took the maple tree, I poured the coffee strong. I sat down at the window near where it had stood so long. The pen was on the paper and the sun was on the ground. It heated up my strings until they had to make a sound. Well, they're singing, bring it back. The green is falling down and the clearing's getting wider here in Stump Town. The day they took the maple tree, we killed another lake. High up on a mountain near some stuff we had to take. Now the Mississippi's crying and the Colorado too. They're calling out their sorrow, which is all that they can do. Well, they're singing, bring it back. The green is falling down and the clearing was getting wider here in Stump Town. The day they took the maple tree, the poet passed away. He sat down at the window just like any other day. The pen was on the paper and the crows were on the fence. They gathered in their hundreds for some noisy reverence. Well, they're singing, bring him back. The green is falling down, and the clearing's getting wider here in Stump Town. Does our singing set us free to sell the soul inside the tree? To sell whatever hope we see? Is that what's to be? Is that what's to be? The day they took the maple tree, I dreamed about my kids. They were pulling out my notebook from the place I kept it hid. And there amid the failures and the wrinkled sheets of rain, my pen was on the paper in the shape of this refrain. Did my singing bring it back? The green is falling down, and the clearing's getting wider here in Stump Town. Did my singing bring it back? The green is falling down, and the clearing's getting wider here in Stump Town. Did our singing bring it back? Will our singing bring it back? Hey, I lived. What's Diane saying? Oh, I don't know. There's so many messages. You know, I have this thing now. On this program, I can actually see the comments as they're coming in, but I can't read them because I'm too far away. I have old man eyes. The glasses, they're inconsistent at best. What can I say? It's a thing. It's a thing. So I've read a poem. I've done one song. My idea is to do 10 songs. So there's one. I think we're off to a roaring start, don't you think? I could be wrong, but, you know, I've only got me to answer to. You people are all pretend. Lee Fox. Good to see your face from time to time on the facey bookie there, Lee. I know that we had a talk once about why you like this song. But of course I've forgotten because I'm old now. Yeah, that's what's changed. Anyway, this was a request from Lee. He wanted to hear The Eye. It goes like this. Before I looked it in the eye, before the numbers got so high, before I found a better place, before the map became my face, because I can't be who I've been, because of the muses on the wind, because of books I cannot shut, because the road becomes the rut, Now there's trees to try and keep. Now there's kids who need our sleep. Now the acres are unchanged. Now so much remains untamed. Before I looked it in the eye, did I introduce the band yet? This is Woody. Woody's the band. Woody's the band. Look at that, Bill Coffin, Brad Stenberg. My sister, Linda Rosales. Yes, Val Sanford. Hi, Val. Lee, I did my best, man. I did my best. Yes, well, okay. One of the things that this time in life has done for me is given me a lot of time to practice. I know a lot of other musicians in town who feel the same way. We've had a lot of time to practice. Yes. Not as much time as we'd like to perform. This is an old song. It's from an album called Phobia Robes, which came out in 1988. It's called Go. When it's uphill all the way you go, when you swallow another pill you go, with a kick drum inside your head you go, when the only safe people are dead you go. Insanity's a weapon for the modern urban night. Check the dude with the paper shoes. If he don't look at you right, then you better go. You better go, go, you better go. With your drive-through mentality you go. When image is your specialty you go. When you work through the setting sun you go. When you just can't smile at another one you go. Yes you go, go. Insanity's a weapon for the modern urban night. If you can't find a face that fits, then you better stay out of sight. Or just go, you can always go. You better go. Better go. When you can't tell who's pulling the plug, you go. When you don't know who's selling the drug, you go. When you're tapped by the empty eyes, you go. But when all you got to give is lies, you go, 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 go. Insanity's a weapon for the modern urban night. They're lining up just to knock you down. If you can't put up a fight, then you better go. You better go. You better go, 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 go. You better go, 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 go. Insanity's a weapon for the modern urban night. If you can't find a face that fits, then you better stay out of sight. Just go. You better go. You better go, go. You better you better go. You better get the bones down. You better gang, you better and sit. Let's go. Val Sanford requested a song, "Raise Your Heart." It's called, from an album of the same name. Yeah, and let's see. Oh, Lori says I'm back. If Lori says I'm back, then I'm officially back, because, I've learned to trust Lori. Val Sanford wanted to hear "Raise Your Heart." I was planning to do it anyway, Val. I wrote this song initially for Diane when her mom had fallen and was being moved into assisted living and going through the house and doing an estate sale, selling the house, all of this kind of stuff. We also lost a couple of our music community here, Teresa and R1 Morgan, and another friend of Diane's had recently died in a car crash on Lake City Way. So it was just in the air, and I wrote this song for Diane, and for her mom, and for Teresa and Arwen, and for Diane's friend. But I'm going to sing it tonight for Alan Hicks and the Hicks family. Raise your heart from the floor of death to a lasting picture, to the final breath. The way she turned when the lamp was lit, to how you stood by and weathered it. We fall together when we fall apart. Is there a reason to raise your heart? Raise your heart. Raise your heart from the aching day to autumn's colors as they blow away. From blowing pages, spinning clocks, the fall of water onto fallen rocks. They fall together when they fall apart. To each a season, so raise your heart, raise your heart. Raise your heart from a cage of bone to a breakfast table where you're not alone. From passion's moment, a wealth of blood, a tear of feeling, and then a flood. It falls together when it falls apart, each new beginning. So raise your heart, raise your heart. It falls together when it falls apart, this new beginning. So raise your heart, raise your heart, raise your heart. There you go. That's for the big guy. And for Val. Thank you, Val. Oh, good. You were there. I had to start a whole new window, so I was afraid that, people may not have made the leap. People might still be trying to make the other stream go. Tell all the other people. So I turned down a little bit because I think I saw some peaking going on. And some of the songs are more rambunctious than others, so one has to be concerned about peaking. We don't want distortion. There's enough of that going on in the world. We don't need any here in the treehouse. Yeah. sitting on a bench in the Greyhound station, his bag between his legs like a sheltered mathematician, off to San Francisco for some cultural enrichment, and the sky in Tacoma's raining razor blades. He's never been away, never seen eccentric people, just his mother and his father who live inside a steeple. His prayers every morning and whippings every night, and the sky in Tacoma's raining razor blades. I wouldn't say he's strange, but he's got his own ideas regarding leaps of faith and mental diarrhea. When he looks into the mirror, there are wires in his eyes, and the sky in Tacoma's raining razor blades. Everybody stay at home and make out your will, 'cause the sky in Tacoma's raining razor blades. Once when he was 12, he saw a girl undressing his second cousin Edna from Dallas on Thanksgiving. When she got down to the frilly parts, he had to run away, with the sky in Tacoma raining razor blades. Sometimes in his dreams, he's a television weatherman, trying to escape from angry young Republicans who heard him say something like poison in the clouds, and the sky in Tacoma raining razor blades. He's never been political, never got involved, although once he won a ribbon for a riddle that he solved. Something about dust bunnies up in outer space, and the sky in Tacoma raining razor blades. Everybody jump up and boogie till you die, 'cause the sky in Tacoma's raining razor blades. Bam ba da da dum, me ba da no no, me ba da no no, mama da no no, mama da no no, mama da na na. What I did do that, do do did we do we do we do me ba ba da da da. Glances at his watch, it's 11:47, only 12 minutes left before he meets his destiny. Everything is changing, it can never be the same, and the sky in Tacoma's raining postcards with pictures of razor blades. Yeah. Well, there that went. See, I still play these songs around the house. And now I'm just playing around the house. I like that. I like that. So is everything going okay? Is everything going okay? Are we still on? Okay. All right. I'm hoping that we still are on. I've never had one, kind of drop out before. So I was kind of freaking. I probably have done, I was going to do 10 songs. Of course, I've lost track of how many I played. But roughly, we're going till 8 o'clock tonight. So tell all your friends and stuff like that there. This one is called Father's Day. Song written for my son. We went through I think as most fathers and sons do, we went through a patch of interesting territory. I'd heard a story on NPR. Somebody was talking about a father and son dynamic and how there's a portion of every father and son's relationship where they are strangers to each other. Then they kind of meet again. Yeah. I like that. Glad it happened. It's called Father's Day. Where is the sun? I've been searching all day. Down an intricate network of roads where he's likely to stray, where it's spoken in eyes and printed in skin. The infinite network of cells that connects me to him. Where is the sun? Where is the sun? Where is the sun? Where is the sun? Is he driving away? With a claw at the tip of his tongue so there's nothing to say. With a heart full of hands that are aching for touch, and a head full of innocent fears about feeling too much. Where is the sun? Where is the sun? Where is the sun? Where is the sun? I guess everyone knows the pull between a man and a boy, how it swells as he grows, and the pivotal scene. They let go of the rope. All the words and the plans are released, leaving only the hope. Where is the sun? Where is the sun? Where is the sun? Where is the sun? He's still living in me, with pages of unanswered questions he no longer sees. So he passes them on without thinking of cost, in the hope that the echoes of blood will replace what is lost. Where is the sun? Where is the sun? Here is the sun. Where is the sun? Where is the sun? Here is the sun. Here is the sun. We still up? I'm assuming Diane would tell me. Oh, man. Kyle. Hi, Kyle. Kyle. Concrete tree. Wow. Wow, Nanette Taborn. Old school bus driving friend and an amazing blues musician. Deb Nichols. Wow. Wow. Thanks, guys. Thanks. What did Mike say? What did you say, Mike? Did I jinx you by not being on the live stream for a request? Shit. Caught the replay, but life came up. What happened to the feed? It sounded fabulous. Mike, we reestablished the feed. Somebody tell Mike Buckman that we're back on, unless we're not. Okay, Linda Brieger, I hope you're out there. Boy, oh boy. Remind me next time to bring some cornstarch. Yeah. You know, it's such a long drive home from here, you know. I'd have to drive all the way home and then come all the way back. What do you gotta do? What do you gotta do? Linda Brieger wanted this one. Ralph is in the sanctuary polishing brass. Jesus at the window, he's captured in glass. I'm lacing up my sneakers, packing up my things. Gotta hit the road before the doorbell rings. God loves civil disobedience. God lends a helping hand. He's there at my ear when the time comes to take a stand. He says, oi, but the crazy land, eh? Well, I tried to write my senator, tried to write the press, but no one seems to listen until you make a mess. I contemplated terrorism, threw that away. I don't want to hurt nobody now, I just want my say. God loves civil disobedience. God had some trouble too. He's there at my ear when I can't think of nothing to do. He says, boy, I got a job for you. Oh, no, 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 no. It's a burning bush, it's a burning tree. Ralph is standing there and he's looking at me. Says, I'll write it down if you'll take it to town. We got a mission, we got permission. Yeah, well, I never burn a building, I don't sink ships. I got a can of spray paint and a good set of lips. I shout from the rooftops, paint on them too, so when the bombers fly over, they know who to screw. God loves civil disobedience. God lends a helping hand. He's there at my ear when the time comes to take a stand. He says, oi, but the crazy land you got here, you call it America? Hey! God loves civil disobedience. God had some trouble too. He's there at my ear when I can't think of nothing to do. He says, boy, I got a job for you. Yes, you, yes, you, and you, and you. God loves civil disobedience. God loves civil disobedience. God loves civil disobedience. Say, oh, God loves civil disobedience. Say, oh, God. Oh, God. Say, oh. Swivel something. Since swivel. Yeah, I don't know. Oops, sorry. Goodness. Okay, so Mike is back on. I hope Mike is back on. I'm sorry if there's been confusion. First, I found out that I can't post this from this program. I apparently can't post it to my musician page. So only onto my personal page. Then I started getting on and I forgot to go public, you know, because I've been rehearsing for 3 weeks, you know, and the only me setting on Facebook, you know. Mostly because I wanted to get this stuff arranged, you know. I feel like JP Patches, you know, I feel like, you know, this is the ICU2 TV set, you know, and it's like, oh, there's little Johnny. Johnny, look in the dryer. Happy birthday, Johnny. You know, perhaps that's a reference not everyone understands, but here in the Pacific Northwest, it's, yeah. I'm gonna play Summer Island for my friend Scott Higgins, and for the whole Higgins clan. This is about my summers on Fox Island, down across from Tacoma. We would move out there the week after school got out. We'd stay there the whole summer. Move back the week before school started again in the fall. It's great. There was 1.5 miles of uninhabited high bank beachfront right over here. There were like 6 houses on that stretch of beach. The Higginses were at that end, and we were at this end. See, but people were usually only there on the weekends, even during the summer. So the Higginses and us were really the only ones that were there full time. Scott was my summertime friend. Now he's my year-round friend. Oh, I guess he was always my year-round friend. And Dana and Stacy are my year-round friends too. Ken and Julie too. Heartbreak me back to Summer Island. Map in my mind the Puget Sound. Replay those memories like movies. Restore each frame of dewy ground. Now that my good work's growing weary and my relations growing wings, I will not feel so old and dreary if I can recollect these things. Heartstrings that sing on Summer Island around a fire of salted wood. I hear those melodies receding. I'd run to catch them if I could, before the photos fade completely and all our gardens turn to stones. These friends I'd serenade discreetly to press more love into their bones. Heart warm me home to Summer Island, where my first flare for words was lit. These crooked lines are just a remnant of how they fed intended it. Now that my good work's growing weary and my relations growing wings, I will not feel so old and dreary if I can recollect these things. Heartbreak me back to Summer Island. Map in my mind the Puget Sound. Replay those memories like movies. Restore each frame of dewy ground. Replay those memories like movies. There you go. There you go. How we doing? Oh, Karen Harris brings back memories. Indeed. Indeed it does, doesn't it? Goodness gracious. Wonder if Mike Buckman was around for How Deep Is Your Well. I don't know what to tell you, boo. I'm going to do this one for Diane. Diane sits downstairs during this and probably fidgets. I get really nervous before these because it's not like I got a crowd in front of me, but it's kind of like I do, but it's not like normal. It takes some getting used to. Diane makes everything possible. She's been doing that for 12 years now. I would hate to think she doesn't know that how much I appreciate her. I think she does, though. Here we go. It's called Will You Come Away? Oh, before I sing it, though, I should mention, at least once, these addresses. The top one is my email address. And I thought, if you want to engage in a conversation during these isolation times, I'm here. Or if you want to request a song or comment on something, or give me a good critique of how this didn't sound that good, because whenever I would step up to the screen, you can't hear me talking anymore. Something like that. You could write that in an email to me. This one, and these are over here too, or over here somewhere. The second one is my Bandcamp page, where all my music is housed in digital downloadable form. You can go there. If you want to give me a PayPal tip, that's great. That's my tip jar there. That's listed up here or over there also. But here, you can give me a tip and actually get something for it. Yeah. Got 7 albums up there, going all the way back to 1986. Yeah, okay. Where were we? Oh, yeah. We were right here. And will you come away with me, oh Diane, my darling? And will you come away with me to lie on the verge of the salty sea, and to know it's where we're meant to be, oh Diane, my darling? And shall I wear a suit of black, oh Diane, my darling? And shall I wear a suit of black to walk with the friends who won't come back, and to finally make my peace with that, oh Diane, my darling? And will they dig a proper grave, oh Diane, my darling? And will they dig a proper grave near to the drum of the breaking wave? And will the grandkids all behave, oh Diane, my darling? And will they sing a song I wrote, oh Diane, my darling? And will they sing a song I wrote they found in the pocket of a threadbare coat, and then fold it up into a paper boat, oh Diane, my darling? And will they shed a grateful tear, oh Diane, my darling? And will they shed a grateful tear for the rough old sea that brought us here, and then raise a glass to the coming year, oh Diane, my darling? And will you come away with me, oh Diane, my darling? And will you come away with me to lie on the verge of the salty sea, and to know it's where we're meant to be, oh Diane, my darling? Well, there you have it, friends. The first in a series of Tuesday night endeavors. Hope to be back next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. What the heck? I don't know. Thank you for weathering this with me, and for, as usual, hanging in there. You hung in. I hope I can get the bugs out. There weren't that many bugs, though. I thought it went pretty well, for the most part. Thanks, everybody, for coming. Now I get to go through and look at all the comments, which is always a very fun part for me. Which is why I wanted to only do an hour, because I don't want to stay up too late, because, I'm old. I got to get to bed at a reasonable hour. And so does Diane. So we can go through all the comments together. Thank you, all my friends. I hope everybody's doing great. And hang in there, especially if you're not doing great. See you next week.